Hey, this is Chris Delaney, Executive Director and Regional Manager out here in Columbus, Ohio with a company called Legal Shield. My goal here today is to share with you a little bit about the background of our company and the service with which we work. And then the second part of it is really going to show you a little bit about the company itself and how we partner together to share the service and build the business. Now, the first part of this presentation is going to be vastly more important than the second because the second one is really an option for you. My background stems from being in corporate America for a number of years in sales and operations. Found myself working 90 to 100 plus hour weeks for other companies. Found myself really not enjoying myself. Even though I felt like I was making good money, there was no return on my time. And I really was scheduling all my life events around my job. Most recently, I'm actually a licensed life, health, and supplemental insurance agent and blessed to be able to partner up with businesses around the country to share with them the benefit. But I found myself really looking to add more value and saw Legal Shield as an opportunity to set myself apart from my competition. So I really want to share this information with you because you might be somebody who needs the service and you also might be somebody who's looking to build an incredible business opportunity. So I'm going to go through this information very quickly so I can be very time conscious. So with that being said, we're going to get launched here. So the first part is discussing what Harvard School of Business states are the top 5 characteristics of businesses today. Most businesses have to be simple. I think about Apple, I think about iOS, I think about the iPhone, the iPad, the MacBook that I'm currently on. Everything is in its place and it's very simple to use. Any fool can make things complicated. Simplicity is true genius. Disruption happens when pricing comes into the market with better service, quality of service, which means that existing companies have to adapt to the new way of doing business or they're going to fail and go out of business. Third thing is nobility. We as conscious spenders and consumers know that we want to know where our dollars go. So if we know that our dollars benefit a noble cause, made in America, Tom's shoes, things like that, then we're going to spend our money with that company. And the fourth thing is going to be not easily duplicated. Very important because Legal Shield's a 45-year-old company with nobody else in the space doing what we do because it's taken us 45 years to build our network. I like to call it a 45-year-old startup, and I'll share with you why in a second. But they're also app-driven. And so app-driven also means most times they're kind of in our verbiage. So the first one here is going to be Blockbuster that turned into Netflix, right? Because Blockbuster got blockbusted by Netflix. The CEO of Blockbuster had an opportunity to own Netflix and decided, hey, people love coming into our store. And we know what happened. Netflix put them out of business. The last location's in Alaska, I heard. Now, the most important thing to understand is a lot of people didn't want to go back to the video store once their selection wasn't there. They had to return them, rewind them, all kinds of extra steps. Netflix gave them a streaming opportunity to watch incredible shows in Ultra HD for $9 to $11 a month. Some people still have Blockbuster movies probably in their basements that are worth more than their houses and late fees. Amazon has done an incredible job disrupting the retail market. Here's the most important thing to understand. They didn't necessarily do it just by sharing and selling services on a transactional basis. They sold things, but then they went to a subscription-based model with Amazon Prime, which I'm a member of too because it's great. You get second-day service, and you also get TV channels for movies on TV. And so Amazon is making money regardless of whether or not we use a subscription, which has mass scalable appeal. And that's why they've almost put every retailer out of business around Christmas. When we see Sears going under, Toys R Us is the next one. It's just incredible what Amazon's doing. And so what we do is we work with the legal profession. And in the legal profession, we understand that there's no accountability. There's very little that we can do as consumers because once an attorney has our money, there's nothing really we can do. And so a 45-year-old startup, a network of attorneys across the country under a CEO named Jeff Bell, who comes to us directly from Microsoft, where he was a senior vice president of special projects under Bill Gates, working on things such as you're talking about things like the Xbox and the Xbox 360. He was over at Ford and Chrysler where he launched the four-door Jeep Wrangler, also launched the Chrysler 300 and worked with dealers, small businesses to get them incentivized for sales. And so our background stems from this gentleman's story right here, Mr. Harlan Stonecipher. He was a life insurance agent and a school teacher in Ada, Oklahoma. A little bit over 45 years ago, he was involved in a car accident, hit head on. Other driver was ticketed at fault. And much like things happen in our country, the other person had more money, so they sued Harlan Stonecipher. He had car insurance for his car and health insurance for his body, but no legal protection. And he saw this over in Europe, where there's systems and models of legal type insurance benefits going on in Germany and the UK. And he said, why can't this be used in the United States? He went bankrupt trying to defend himself. So instead of being a victim, he went out there to fix the problem. And here today, we have personally brokered through him the partnerships with all of the law firms in 49 states. Unfortunately, he didn't see Alaska come on board this year. He passed away a few years ago. But we work with the top 1, 2, or 3 rated and largest law firms in the states. So each state has their own provider. We work with over 8,000 A-plus AV rated attorneys. What does that mean? Well, first and foremost, they go through a screening process. They have to have 20 plus years of experience in their specific type of law they practice. So we're talking about folks who practice every kind of law that you can imagine, because it's just as diverse and detailed as the medical benefits. So these attorneys, we own the retainers, not the law firm, which means they want our business to take care of our clients. And if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, Legal Shield has systems in place to ensure that they remedy the situation. Otherwise, the law firm loses their contract. I loved this idea and concept because I have been involved in other things in the past, especially my mother's will when she passed, and understood that attorneys, you get what you pay for. And Legal Shield has the best working for the company. So we're A+ rated, 4.7 out of 5 stars on Facebook. And so when we think about the legal scenarios, most people think negatively. What I want people to start thinking about is how you can use an attorney's services in a positive way. As a small business owner, somebody who wants to grow, I use them all the time for document review and creation, for consultation and other questions that I might have. More importantly, I have the ability to ask a question anytime or to deal directly with the attorneys, no matter what I need, any time of day in most given situations, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And so here's the app, folks. I'm going to go through this just very quickly with you. And so the ability with the access point through the app creates this convenience. And so the most important thing to understand is that we get unlimited consultation that's not charged to us by the hour. We can actually just tap the button anywhere in the country and have our law firm on speed dial. Now, they're going to get back to us within the day in 8 business hours. But most times I've found with most of my clients, they're getting back to us within 30 minutes or less. So it's incredibly impactful and time saving, especially when you're running your own business or you have a job during the day that dominates your time, because now you can schedule time with the attorney and they're on your clock, not you on theirs. So it's unlimited consultation. You can ask hypothetical questions. There's the ability to touch a button and actually ask the app itself. There's 10,000 preloaded legal questions that you get for free. Other than that, there's document preparation and review on an unlimited basis as well, up to 15 pages. We go ahead and we send that in through the law firm digitally, which allows us not have to trudge our way over to the law firm. Auto coverage, going to deal with accidents and insurance issues to get that stuff reviewed. Family law, uncontested divorce, adoption, name change, separation. If you're dealing with something like that, you have 90-day wait. They're going to cover those things 100% under a subscription-based service, 100% under the subscription-based service that you can cancel anytime. Family law is a big deal. There's a lot of time and money spent in family law for most folks. Then IRS allows you 50 hours a year for an IRS tax attorney's time. They're going to go ahead and they're going to take care of you during an audit. You can also call them anytime you need to get a consultation. So if I need to ask them how to write something off or how my taxes should file as an independent business owner, they give me all the answers I need. Tap, Snap, and Send allows you to digitally send in a picture of a ticket. So very powerful, especially if you have teenage drivers or you yourself have gotten a ticket before. You can send this in digitally, take a picture of it. The law firm will represent you in the case. So you don't have to be there. They're going to argue on your behalf to get the points reduced or removed in most cases, saving you tons of time and frustration. All you do is pay the fine that's reduced to you. You still broke the law. It's okay. But points are what equate to thousands of dollars on your license and your credit and insurance. So when it deals with protecting your will as well, incredibly powerful here because it allows you to have a will, living will, healthcare power of attorney, and now a financial power of attorney, which now is new as of the first of the year. These are so powerful because most folks don't have these things in place. A major key to what happens, especially if something is to happen to you, your estate is dictated by the state itself. So having the will, living will, healthcare power of attorney ensures that people know what your wishes were. And if you're incapacitated, still alive and in the hospital, well, now you have a family member or somebody you know making medical decisions, not the hospital. And then, of course, somebody's going to need to make financial decisions for you as well. An $800 or $3,000 service that's provided to you for free the moment you sign up. You go through the will questionnaire, which, by the way, people say, how secure and safe is this? I've had a client with over a $10 million net worth take care of these things, submit it to the law firm, and have it in place within 10 days, completely notarized. They're going to notify you every single year to get that thing updated. 24/7 emergency access is exactly that. Even on holidays, within 30 seconds to a minute, you can have an attorney on the phone with you during a traumatic situation or an emergency scenario. So if you're dealing with a warrant for your arrest, warrant for your children, they're being detained, you're being detained, a car accident, concealed carry, you now have the attorney on the phone helping you understand what your rights are in that given situation. 91% of cases over Legal Shield's history have been covered 100%. The 9% of cases are still covered under a 25% preferred member discount. You get the incredible attorneys through Legal Shield. We're talking about criminal activity, things like a DWI or a felony. They'll still give you the discount. We're talking about pre-existing issues. Many times I find folks with child support or divorce issues. We still help them as well with the incredible attorneys. And the third thing is going to be lawsuits. We understand you might have to sue as the plaintiff. And that's okay. We're still going to give you a discount. If you are named a defendant in a lawsuit, however, civilly, you're covered under the membership. Tab Access Save is going to be our vendor discounts. We have over 4.6 million people on the service. So, of course, Legal Shield has other vendors and companies who love giving discounts to our folks on a group discount level. Most folks save more than their membership costs on a month-to-month basis through digitally setting up their member perks. Access that, take care of these things. I save on average anywhere from $25 to $50 a month just on a basic level with my AT&T Wi-Fi cable and internet. And I've saved as much as $600 when I've traveled to hotels and other vendors I've needed for cars and things like that as well. So we cover not only the primary, but also a spouse or domestic partner. We cover children up to the age of 26 who are never married, living at home, or are full-time college students. We're going to cover dependent children as well that are legal guardians, 18 or under, and then physically or mentally disabled children for their entire lifetime, which I think is absolutely incredible. So what would you choose? One attorney practicing one kind of law with licensing restrictions, or the access to the network of attorneys around the country and Canada for about $1 a day? It gives you incredibly powerful services. We offer a secondary service as well, ID Shield, which is considered one of the most successful monitoring and restoration services on the market today. And when I'm talking about this, I want to share with you real quick. We are serviced through a company called Kroll, K-R-O-L-L. We're the only company that allows you to have access to work with these folks because they work with military and government agencies, NSA, CIA, FBI. They do background checks for the military. They worked with the Kuwaiti government when they were dealing with Saddam Hussein money laundering through Iraq. They were also dealing with Osama bin Laden's capture and killing when they were working with the NSA for his money laundering schemes as well in Pakistan. Domestically, they've worked with Target and Home Depot when they lost over 100 million credit cards to secure those. And these folks are intelligence experts. They're not consultants. These folks actually have a background in intelligence. These are the folks that work for us. So they're going to actually go through and do the monitoring through the app. It's incredibly on point along with on time. I purchased my vehicle in Lubbock, Texas 2 minutes after submitting my credit app. They actually notified me via the app and made me make the decision. Did I confirm or deny the purchase? And if I denied it, they would get a consultant on the phone immediately, an expert to take care of the situation. The app allows you to monitor this real time. Most importantly, we do a $5 million guarantee, not for the lifetime, but per claim. Nobody else offers this. We're also working through this agency, Kroll, but more importantly, you can access them at any time through the app if you have questions. Now, most people think it's financial identity theft that's most important. That's only 18% of the issue. As an insurance professional, I can share with you, most times people want to get a hold of your insurance and your W-2s because they can go ahead and get those things taken care of because they still need insurance and leave you with a bill, which leaves you fighting a large company. So both of these apps are going to run you $49.90 a month. For the Legal Shield ID Shield, you have the option on an individual basis for $34.90. Now you can do either one or the other if that makes sense to you as well. I always recommend to my clients the $49.90 gives you the incredible access. And $50 a month, most of us can spare that off of eating out once a month, especially with a family. And you have this access that you can use right away. Get your will done, get your member perks squared away, and save yourself some money to offset the cost. So when I saw this company and I said, listen, this is an incredible business and a benefit because I used it. And I said, what can I do to bring this to other people? And what I was shown was this idea that word of mouth is what everybody's using. And I recognized it right away. Nobody wants to be sold who are convinced, and people do business with those they know, like, and trust. And so most people are going to go off a referral-based system. Facebook has 2 billion subscribers. Nobody got paid for that. And then Uber uses referral codes, which means every time somebody uses my referral code, I get a free ride. Well, Legal Shield allows us to bring this out to the people that we know who could use the service because we already know some people that need the service and pay us $60 to $280. I'm going to show with you how. So just like in insurance business, in my compensation with the company I was with, I looked at this and I said, this makes total sense. I can market memberships on my own and make an upfront income. I get a 12-month advance because on the annual renewal, I got a piece of that too. But more importantly, I could make incredible income just marketing memberships on my own. I start off at $60 upfront within 48 hours of my bank account on an ID and Legal Shield family plan, and I go up the compensation from there. Now, I have an option as well to become a broker and a team builder if I want to, and allow myself now to help other people build their business. I've had other people in my business out earn me before, and that's okay, because the most important thing here is that people get protected and empowered. So as a new associate coming in the business, if I help them market a membership to a family, as an executive director, I would get a $180 override, and they would get their $60 up front, which I thought was powerful because I was splitting commissions for my insurance work before. I didn't think that was fair to brokers I'd never met. So I get upfront commissions and the ability to also earn team overrides by not marketing memberships personally, but helping others do the same. The third way is Jeff Bell wants to create more millionaires in our company and get people launched in their business. So there's incredible money up front for a brand new associate. And I'm not talking about somebody who has a full-time in this business. You can be working a full-time job, share this information, show them a video tool like this, and you can be building a side income to the point where you say, listen, I'm making enough money where I could transition into being a full-time entrepreneur. And so in your first 20 days, you can make $180 in bonuses. Within 30 days after that, $360. At that point in time, you've made anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 in bonuses. You're helping other people do the same as well. And last month alone in December, we paid over $500,000 in $10,000 new executive director bonuses after them hitting 3 months consecutively. And we're talking about people who come in the business when their first month or second month hitting that prestigious rank. So leverage, just real quick explained, when I was in corporate America, if I was the only one working every single day, if I had a life event, somebody got hurt, sick, killed, or I was hurt or sick, or I needed to take days off, I lost pay. And so I understood that I was being leveraged on. So I understood very quickly in insurance that brokers had all the leverage as well. And so if I could help other people get what they wanted, I could get what I wanted too. And so with leverage, it means I may not be working my business right now, but there are other people in our organization that are. And so there's more income coming in that way as well. So 5% of 3,000 people after 5 years joined your business, and 5% sell membership. It's 150 memberships. That's $7,500 a month at the executive director level, and you haven't marketed a single membership. That's why I know people who are getting anywhere from $800 to $1,000 deposits a day after spending time building their business and have been with the company for 15 to 20 years, because it builds very, very quickly and very securely. And so not only do we have this upfront money, not only do we have leveraged income, not only do we also have bonuses, the Performance Club gives us 4 trips a year. So we're going to Jamaica in June. All expenses paid. You show up with your flip-flops and your passport. We've been to Universal Studios in December. It was all company paid for. We showed up. They paid for everything. We hung out with Jeff Bell, the CEO, some of the top earners in the company, and spent a great time. They actually roped off Islands of Adventure for us completely for free as well. Now, these are small milestones to hit. They also give you bonuses. So after your first 3 months, if you maintain Performance Club, they start paying you $100 a month. And after your first year, they're going to pay you $300. And after your third year, they're going to start paying you $400 a month. So that's an almost $5,000 a year, I should say, of additional income just for hitting small goals. So even if you want to make an extra $1,000 to $5,000, there's no reason not to be building a small business to help increase your ability to not be so risked and leveraged upon as well. And so residual income is also a big part of our compensation. And by residual, I mean true residual income, because much like insurance, these are policies. They're being sold, and on the 13th month of renewal, you're getting paid again, a small renewal fee, along with everybody on your team. So leverage residual income as well. Now, the important thing to understand is that the residual income is real because there's an 80% retention rate on this service month over month. Those of you who know your stuff know that that's an exceptional number. Most insurance products are in the mid to low 60s, which again is very good. But we're talking about people who get the service and keep it, and you're going to continue to get paid, which is why I know people who are 18, 20 years in their business, and they're still getting paid on the same memberships. And so it's only $99 to get started. For $99, here's what I saw. I'm not servicing claims. I'm not doing paperwork. I can send somebody a web link. They can sign themselves up. I help them get started. And after that, I get paid. If somebody decides to join their business, my job now is to help them do the same things I did to have the same level of success, get them systemized, help them run their business, become part of our family. You also get the world-class website, a back office suite of tools to run your business. And then you get 700 employees in Ada, Oklahoma, who literally service everything for you. So you really only are the broker from the service to the individual. It doesn't go any further than that. We run our business with tools and events. There's events that happen all across the country in major cities and small cities as well, where you can bring somebody to a live event. We're actually doing one here tonight in Columbus, Ohio, an incredible opportunity. And then there's tools. You can send flyers, brochures, digital. You can show somebody the app. You can share it with them now for free, and they can get it downloaded, which means your business grows very simply. And I never had this kind of support in any other business I ever worked in. Legal Shield Advantage is the only overhead I use in my business, $20 a month. I get to actually run my business in the palm of my hand. It allows me to actually keep in touch with my customers, my potential clients, send information on the timeframes that they want, and allows me to share updated information. Also allows me to message and send all kinds of services and products, related info to our team so they can be up to date as well. And so our proven track record, again, Jeff Bell wants to create more millionaires in our company than any other company. We're valued at over $600 million and growing. We're growing 30% quarter over quarter and anywhere from 60 to 80,000 new members a month. So Jeff Bell's vision is to 10X our company since he started. We're already on track. So these numbers will be 10X by 2020, which means timing matters because the company went app driven and exploded after 45 years. We're not talking about a brand new company. So we have 230 millionaire club members, people who earn $1 million or more in commissions and bonuses in their business, 400 plus six-figure earners, and $1 billion in commissions paid in the last 10 years. Now, Frank and Teresa Coyne in this business are near and dear to my heart. Frank has been an incredible leader and a teacher to me. He's somebody who's considered one of the top 50 businessmen in the country. He's built and sold a company that did over $250 million in sales from nothing, and has another company currently that he was running before he saw Legal Shield that does over 9 figures in sales as well with some Fortune 100 clients. I would think he knows how to run a business, and he shared with me so many incredible insights along with being just an incredible friend and mentor to us in this business, and I have time with him almost every single day. Brian and Melissa Carruthers, incredible. Brian's one of our top earners, makes over $1 million a year. And then, of course, Mike Humes was a post office worker 18 years ago, makes over $500,000. So the question is not if Legal Shield will grow, it's how fast. Because right now we own about 3% market share in the country. Those of you who know business know that the tipping point happens at 3%. It happened with healthcare HMOs when they happened in the 70s. It became $1 trillion business. So there's nobody in our space right now. The timing is incredible. You can start building your business as fast or as slow as you want. But do yourself a favor like I did and start building that thing so you're not in a position where if you lose your job, you're not stressed out, you now have the income flowing in, and you also are helping people out. So first and foremost, get yourself protected with the service. It makes sense. There's nothing else on the market like it, I should say. And the second thing is get your questions answered and get your business started if you want to get started. Become an independent associate with Legal Shield and get paid and promoted and trained because we'd love to hear more success. So with that being said, folks, I want to say thank you so much for your time. And if you're coming to our business, we welcome you to the family. Thanks so much.